Hello Pisces, and welcome to the very first video for your sign in the Men Edit. This is a tarot reading for men. That's men that are single, married, coupled, whatever your situation, straight, gay, transgender, whatever it is, as long as you identify as a man. Ladies, even though I know you'll probably be watching, this is definitely one for the boys. For those that missed it, I did an update just before Christmas for the channel, and I talked specifically about one issue that's very dear to my heart, and that's about giving men a voice of vulnerability, because I feel like we've tipped the balance of power of scales too much, and you know, male suicide rate at the moment is at an all-time high, and I feel like part of that reason is because we haven't given men the space or held the space for them to be vulnerable. So that's where the idea of doing tarot readings specifically for men came from. So I'm excited to read for you today. I've got a specific oracle deck that I found just for you guys called Gods and Titans. I'm pretty excited to use that for you. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Pisces. Please tell me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Spirit, can you please give me 4 cards for the month ahead for Pisces men from mid-February to mid-March? 4 cards, please, for Pisces men from mid-February to mid-March. What's the most important messages they need to know? Please show me. 4 cards, please. The card that dropped out before I'd asked the question was the 2 of Cups, by the way. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes up again. 9 of frickin' Cups, Pisces. Just a little bit of dreams coming true. What are you manifesting? Thank you. A leader, a boss, the Emperor, Aries. Card of manifestation, I called it. The Magician. Money, maybe? Okay, so 2 of Cups didn't come out again, so it wasn't for you, but you do have the 3 of Cups. So as you're coming into this time period, one of 2 things. Either you're socializing a lot, or you're networking, you're drinking a lot, you could be spending a lot of time with friends. It's really interesting because these 2 cards in combination together, I mean, look at the colors, it's like a freaking rainbow. But it's amazing energy, right? 9 of Cups speaks about dreams coming true, wishes coming true, and 3 of Cups speaks about celebration, having a good time, celebrating with friends. It could very well be that you are in your element when it comes to manifesting for work or manifesting emotional abundance. I am filming this 2 days out for Valentine's Day. So for some of you, I have the feeling like you've been single for a little while, and you're now wanting to kind of draw someone into you. Pisces, one of the best abilities of your sign is your charisma, right? You have this really charming way of bringing people to you. Now, most people would say that that's a fire sign, but you know, Pisces do it in a very sensual kind of sexual way. You kind of lure your prey, and the 3 of Cups is a way of doing that. It's kind of like building a friendship first and then kind of going in for the kill. So I feel like for some of you that you could have your eye on someone. It could be an Aries. This is someone who would be a leader in their field, older than you, very successful in terms of whatever it is that they do. They could be in the public eye, they could make a ton of money, or just come across as very wealthy. I feel like they could actually be like your dream girl or guy. Ignore the fact that it says Emperor. This could be a woman as well. But someone that's like very determined, knows where they're going. They just seem to have it all together. And you've been trying to draw a person like this into you for a while, Pisces. If this is not in terms of romantic or love interest, this could speak about someone to do with work. This is a leader, this is a boss type figure. I don't see it as being a business partner. It could be potentially like a client or someone that you're trying to win. Now, he's the big deal, right? The Emperor is the king of kings. He's at the top of the mountain for a reason. And I get the feeling that this person even though I don't ever feel like anyone's more than anyone, but I feel like they're superior to you in energy. So what do I mean by that? Spirit's saying, explain what you mean by that. I feel like they're a little bit more evolved, because what's really cool is how it's sitting on the board as I've dealt your cards, is that this is the Magician, which is your energy, looking back up at the Emperor, who's very, like, this tree would be over 100 years old, right? It's very grounded in the earth. It's very stable. It's very secure. It's worked its way up there for a reason. Like, that there's a reason why that tree still survived, right? And you're looking back at the tree going, you know, how did you do it? This could be a mentor, someone you're looking at to mentor you, someone who's quite wise. It can also represent a father, maybe a father figure or a grandfather figure in your life. But I really feel like you're looking up to this person for guidance. You have big plans, Pisces, and you know, you're moving towards them. I feel like you're a little bit stagnant at the moment. You could feel a little bit bored. Maybe that's because you're drinking into excess as well, and your health's kind of failing a little bit. You have the 3 of Cups and then the 4 of Cups, so that's kind of showing me a progression. The next from that is the 5 of Cups, which speaks about depression and melancholy. And what a lot of readers don't see or don't say in that progression, when you go from the 3, having a great time, to the 4, getting boredom, and then to the 5, if it is to do with you know, having a good time, partying excess and drinking too much, that can be what leads to the depression card that's here, you know. So you know, we read tarot for this reason, to kind of get an idea of the energy that's coming up. This is all minor arcana stuff. You're always in control of this stuff, so you can stop that from happening, okay? If this is resonating with you, then that's your invitation to kind of maybe pull back a little bit, pull your head in, because I feel like it could have an effect on all this other greatness around you that you're trying to bring in. Like, this is a really beautiful reading, right? 9 of Cups, the Emperor, manifesting, you know, your dreams, literally dreams. You're manifesting your dream. Turning dreams into reality is what this card combination means. Very cool. Very cool, Pisces. And I feel like sometimes you doubt your intuition, even though you're the most intuitive sign of the deck. Sorry, of the whole zodiac team. It's like, you know, don't doubt it, okay? Trust your gut feeling. You need to listen to that. You've got 2 4s here, so it speaks about your foundation of money. Maybe you're saving up money for something. Maybe you're saving up money to invest in another portion of your business, of a trip, potentially for some of you. Yeah, I see a lot of movement and travel. I don't normally look at the bottom of the deck this far, but I do have the Chariot here, so Cancer could be quite prevalent. Aries, I think I've mentioned twice. You've got both cards of Aries here. But this is also a card of movement, of travel, of moving forward. Very decisive yes energy, okay? So you could be wanting to move house, and maybe you're saving up your pennies to do that. Maybe you could be relocating in your birthday month, or maybe after your birthday month as we click into Aries season. That would probably make more sense. My advice to you would be, if you can hold off, don't move in March, because we have Mercury going retrograde from the 6th or 7th, depending on where you are in the world. It is not the time to sign papers or to move. 2 weeks before that period, 2 weeks of that period, and 2 weeks after that period. I know you're like going, what, Ali? That's freaking mental. That's 6 weeks. But it's just not the ideal time. Like, things will be difficult. You can still do it, but you will come across problems, particularly if you're traveling at that time. You'll expect delays, expect mishaps with your paperwork. Like, you'll get to the airport and they'll be like, we don't have a ticket, and you're like, yeah, I have a ticket, that kind of stuff. It's just not the ideal time to be doing any kind of travel. Wait until April, until Easter, to travel, big travel, or to move properties. And I have some additional guidance for Pisces men, from the 12th of February to March, mid-March. Please show me what's the most important message for them to know, Spirit. What have I missed? Hades, death. Check out how cool these cards are. Isn't that awesome? I thought it was awesome. All right. It's like I'm having a conversation with you. Let me find this for you from the guidebook. Hades, death. Death is not always a negative thing. Everything has a season. Leave behind what you no longer need. Guarding the gates of the underworld crouches the three-headed dog, Cerberus. Snarling and growling at anything that moves, the dog's jaw grips pools of saliva onto the cool, dark stone. Soon a solitary figure approaches. It's Hades. His dog calms and submits. Its three heads for a petting. The master has arrived. Hades is the Greek god of death. His name itself comes from the Hellenic word for invisible. This was because the realm of the underworld, also referred to as Hades, was invisible to all, plus Hades owned a special helmet permitting the wearer to become undetectable. This weapon was featured in a number of stories and was worn by many other gods in war. Hades inherited the underworld, and he fell in love with Zeus's daughter. Through many different grief-stricken wars, the mother and daughter fought to have her back. Meanwhile, Hades took her and kept her captive and tried to feed her a pomegranate. That's pretty much the story, right? Should Hades come forth, this does not normally signify physical death. An ending or a leaving behind is more likely, and this is not always a negative thing. Everything has a lifespan, in particular ideas, beliefs, and fears that have passed their expiry date. Sometimes in order for growth to occur, death must too. So obviously this is speaking about transitioning, right? And I can see that clearly in your reading, and I talked about that in a few different ways. I talked about that in kind of like in your health and sort of partying. I talked about that in work and partnering with a business mentor or looking at a different avenue for business, and also about moving and relocating when it comes to home. Now there is an invocation that's here, and I will read it to you because I feel like it's relevant with what I was saying about drinking in excess or partying in excess, so bear with me, right? Invocation. Hades must be carefully invoked only in certain circumstances and only by experienced practitioners. For most, though, a ritual facilitating the death of a habit or a belief that has run its time is useful in its stead. For example, you may decide to give up smoking, stop fearing being without a partner, or that old belief that you aren't good enough. The best time to do this ritual is a dark moon or in a waning moon cycle, which would be now. You need a black candle, a rock, a pen, and a paper. Please do some careful thinking ahead of time about what it is you wish to let go of. Light the black candle and say, "Universe, I wish to allow," insert what is, "to die, to the underworld that is banished," and hold the rock. Think about this thing that you want banished. Think about what this thing does to you and what it costs you in peace of mind or even money. This probably won't feel positive, and it shouldn't. When you really experience the negativity of this belief or habit, then take a big breath in and imagine gathering up all of this heavy feeling and then exhaling into the stone. Breathe and blow all of this negativity onto the rock. Then say, "Upon this rock, within this rock, what I no longer need is placed. May this be recycled into energy that is useful." Blow out the candle with thanks. Now go out and place this rock in a hole in the ground, preferably at a crossroads. So you're burying whatever it is that you want to let go, Pisces. Pretty intense reading, yeah, but I feel like it's on the money. You have some beautiful energy around you. If there's something, a habit or a belief or something that you need to let go of, then this is your invitation to do so, okay? And once you do, then you have the ability to draw in exactly what it is that you want when it comes to life. Like literally, whether it's a person, a place that you want to live, a career move, all of it is there. You have the intuition, you have the knowledge to bring it into you, Pisces. You are so strong. It's just time to release that, what no longer serves you. I hope you found this reading helpful. It was a pleasure doing it for you. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next month. Take care.